What's up, y'all? I'm gonna be watching TV. I like watching the ancient aliens. I always like astronomy and all that stuff. So, like, one of my favorite movies is Interstellar. Just the way they do the whole thing with the black hole, three-dimensional black hole. It's a circle, three-dimensional, which is a sphere. All that stuff I really like enjoying watching it. So I'm gonna pull up the channel for ancient aliens and see what they have on right now. Right now they are commercials, but you know it's all right. Let's see what they got today. Jeez, know what I got? This is jicama right here. Salt, lemon, chili, jicama. I love it. Yes, sir. I'm really interested in all that kind of stuff, you know. It makes you think, right? It's like, are we really alone in the universe, right? Like, who built the pyramids? We know it was the Egyptians, right? But I mean, were they really, you know what I mean? All the precise measurements to build that stuff, to me, it's just it blows my mind. The same with the Mayans, you know, in Mexico, where they built all those pyramids, and like they're all different civilizations and what they all built. Pyramids, you know what I mean? It's like, how did they know? Crazy, bro. I like all that stuff. All right, here we go. Let's see what they're talking about now. You know, that was kind of hot for a minute, you know, where people would say that they were abducted by aliens. Right, are they crazy? People from all over the world, different demographics, nothing in common, and they'll say the same thing. Wow. See, that's the thing, it's crazy, like, because one person starts saying, I'm gonna mute it right now, but that's the thing, like, people, it's like everything, like, people say, oh, I saw this, and someone else will say, oh, yeah, I saw that too, and I'm pretty sure there's, like, a scientific term for that, where, like, many people, like, you say something, someone else says it, and everybody all of a sudden says it. Maybe there's some terminology for that, but it's like, it's crazy, right? Because it's like you have to kind of like go through every single case and try to figure out which one is really the real one per se, right? Because of all these people are claiming the same thing. They've been abducted by aliens. And how do you determine that with not whether aliens are real, right? And we don't, at least I don't know that, right, personally, but whether their story is real, right? Are they telling the truth? Now, even then, if they're telling the truth, is their truth a real thing, right? Were they really adopted by aliens, or do they just believe that so much that they convinced themselves that yes, they were abducted by aliens? That's crazy to me. The fact that, you know, there is unexplained sightings. There have been unexplained sightings, right? Like the government here, they just release a couple of, they don't call them UFOs now. Back in my day, they used to call them UFO. So unidentified flying object, right? Now they call them, what do they call them? They call them, they have a different term. Flying anomaly, some unidentified flying anomaly. I'm gonna have to look it up. It's a different term. It's not a UFO now, but they released that, and they released one of the ones that became really famous. That like people were like, it was just like this little dot, a pilot that was on a jet that caught it while he was doing his training or drills, and he saw something that was on his radar, and he was only able to see, and the dot moved really quick. They released that, right? I don't know whether whatever you make of it, it is what it is. A lot of these things come out, you know, throughout the years, and that are unexplained. But imagine if the government of anybody were to really say, oh yeah, we know that there's aliens out there. Imagine what that would do to everything in the country, the planet, right? Spiritually, politically, economically, right? Everything, what would happen. So I can kind of see that why some of the when people come out, with these stories, people treat them like crazies, right? Like it's like, oh, you're crazy, man. Whatever, no, that can't happen, because of everything that can kind of go along with that, right? So yeah, that's it's kind of like my my take on it, my personal opinion. If you really think about the universe, right? If you start thinking about how many, like, if you go out and look at the stars, well, but if you go to a desert, you can definitely see the stars. Without any light contamination. Think of it. Each one of those little lights that you're looking, it's a sun. What we call star. It's a sun. And out of those suns, like how many planets do they each have? And if you start to, and that's just like what you can see with your eye. There's billions and billions and billions of stars out there. Like, and that's to me where I come down, like, how is it that we are the only ones with life here on Earth? That's why for me, I like watching this stuff. Because it's just, imagine what the planets will look like, in like intelligent life, like another, not human being, but like another being that has developed like cities and flying and all that stuff. Maybe we're just too dumb for them, and they don't come, and or they maybe come already, and to them we're just like nothing, right? I mean, if you want, I love Star Trek, but if you watch Star Trek, is one of those things where like they have the prime directive where they don't actually make contact with a civilization until they actually have reached a certain level, which is warp, where they have developed the warp capability, which is traveling interstellarly, right? So just here come out those bodies. Oh shoot. Like, he's saying that the aliens put something behind his ear right here, like almost like a tracker, to like imagine like something small little going in there.
Is landed like a dermatological scoop mark, and sometimes we find
You're kind of seeing this person like, okay, you did that to yourself. But then when you go and do, as an investigator, you do, and you send that little piece of that device to go and get it checked and find out what elements it has, or what type of metals it has, and it comes back as nothing, then what do, right? It's back on. Abduction syndrome. Okay, so he's basically saying that humans were created by aliens. Oh, bro, this is crazy. See, this is why I like watching this stuff. It's like watching this, man. That's what I'm telling you. The entertaining stuff, man. I like it. All right, let's. So here's the thing. Like, to talk about DNA, that's where I'm not too familiar with. That's not something that I like. If you think about the DNA, like the way when people show DNA diagrams is, what they're saying here is that the aliens were adopting these people and somehow putting like imagine, I think I saw a documentary one time where people were saying that you will be able to store data in DNA. Again, I'm gonna have to research on that, because what they're saying here is you can actually program someone to then later make them do, in this case the aliens make the humans do something the aliens want, or send signals, or send them knowledge, in this case, right? Like see the future or whatever. I don't know. It's just interesting. I'm not saying I believe it. I'm not saying I don't believe it. It's just interesting to watch, and that's why I watch it, to pass the time, man. I love it. Commercials right now. Okay, it's back on. An alien hybrid, come on. No who has no fingerprints? Oh, so they're saying that
of people who have claimed
aliens
they
of the
have
Roswell
abducted
crash
extraterrestrials, also
somehow
claiming that they
mixed with
witnessed
humans.
what they say
I don't know.
are do that.
Wait, hold on. Oh God.
I don't.
Okay, let's break that down, bro. Sheesh, I love it. I love. Okay, what this guy just said is that there's other humans here that are not really humans. They're like alien humans, hybrid humans that can read minds, control other people with their minds. They're telepaths, like Star Trek, you know what I mean? They're saying that's just like that. I mean, I think that's where we're gonna leave it off, man. I mean, I like watching this shows because it's just entertaining. I love it. It makes me think, right? There's like they were talking about like this hybrid humans, and then on the other segment that we're talking about when the aliens were trying to when they were adopting the humans, were trying to teach the human how to read alien language, right? So that reminded me of two movies. Those two. There's one movie. It's called Arrive. If you guys look that up, is about aliens that arrive on Earth. And then there's the plot is similar to that. Where so just go ahead and look that up. If you like this, you're gonna like that movie. And then there's another movie. Oh man, I'm gonna have what is it called? It's called I think it's called Titan or the Titan, and it's basically about us here on Earth trying to go to one of the moons in Saturn or Jupiter. I can't remember which planet has the moon called Titan. But basically, the movie is about us engineering per se, changing the DNA per se, or changing the genetics, changing the human being into a being that can actually go and live into that moon's environment. Oxygen was very little, but it was a different type of gas that was very prevalent in there. So what they were doing, they were actually changing these humans. I think there were two humans that volunteer to go to that moon, and they were gonna live there. But before they get there, here we transform the human into something else. It almost looked like he was a different being, a different to us would be like a monster. But yeah, that was a good movie. I really like that one too. Anyway, that was what I was watching for the day, man. Thank you for hanging out.